baby. A lot of new riders out there are scared of shifting a motorcycle. That's why so many people don't get a motorcycle, because they figure they don't know how to shift gears, because, you know, nowadays the cars are all automatic mostly. So a lot of people will gravitate towards either getting a scooter or maybe some type of automatic motorcycle. And hey, that's fine if you want to go that way, but I'm telling you guys, shifting a motorcycle is super easy, and I'm going to show you in this video just how easy it is and how you can do it by feel. Stay tuned.
Let's go for a ride. Watching CycleCruza's all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I highly recommend everybody take the MSF course to get hands-on instruction to learn how to operate a motorcycle properly.
For you new riders out there, make sure you're wearing the gear, you know, before you get a motorcycle. Uh-oh. Dog! Oh my gosh! Oh my God. Oh man! Ah! Man, they somebody sick their dog on me, man. Make sure you, oh, it's still there. Oh man, that dog like, get out of here. Oh man, that was fun. Almost got my rear end bit. Sorry for that interruption, but guys, make sure you're wearing all the gear. I'm telling you, this is the best helmet I ever owned. Ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet with auto tint shield, motovlog camera, my airbag vest. Definitely make sure you're wearing an airbag vest. My jacket, winter jacket here is awesome. All of my gear, I always include links in the description and comment section of my videos. Since we were so rudely interrupted, I'm gonna go ahead and start this over again. This is your clutch here on the left side. This is your front brake. This is your rear brake. This is your shifter, okay? The shifting goes as follows. 1 click down is first gear, half click up is neutral, half click up from there is second gear, click up from there third, click up from there fourth, click up from there 5, click up from there 6. If the bike has 6 gears, this bike only has 5 gears, okay? Now, this bike does not have an RPM gauge. This bike does not have a gear shift indicator. So that's why I want to show you on this bike, because you may get on a bike that doesn't have all that. You want to shift by feel. You want to shift by hearing and feel. You don't want to shift by looking at the RPM gauge, because you want to keep your eyes focused on the road. Okay? So you don't have a real effed up day. Okay. When you cut your bike off, you want to put it in neutral. Right now, the bike is in neutral. Okay? So, we'll go ahead and start the bike. Okay. It's in neutral. So remember, a click down is first gear, half click up's neutral, half click up from there, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. The hardest part for a new rider is putting it into first gear. All you're going to do is you're going to pull the clutch in, click down, you're in first. Keep this clutch pulled in, because if you let off right now, it's going to stall. So what you need to do is you're going to need to slowly let off the clutch and give it gas at the same time to put it in first gear. If you give too little gas, it's probably going to stall. That's what a lot of new riders do. You don't want to whiskey throttle it, because that could set you up for an effed up day possibly. It could maybe can buck you off, could possibly pull a wheelie on it, who knows. You just want to give it some gas, just the right amount of gas, as you're letting off the clutch, so it clicks into gear. That's the hardest part for a new rider, and once you do this, it'll come second nature to you. But you need to learn how to shift by feel and hearing, okay? It's the best way. Okay, so here we go. We're going to give it some gas and let off the clutch at the same time. See, just the right amount. If you keep going, you hear it'll get higher, listen to it. That means the bike's revving too loud. It could cause damage to the engine. That means you gotta shift in the second. Okay, so pull in the clutch, click up that second, and for just cruising around here on the street, probably second is fine. But if you want to go up to third, you're gonna listen to the RPMs now. If the RPMs are screaming, it's telling you shift. Okay, see, it's getting a little louder. You're gonna click, pull in the clutch, click up, you're in third. Okay, now the downshift, you are going to pull in the clutch and click down, and you're going to blip the throttle, meaning you're going to give some you're going to decelerate on the throttle a bit, just quickly. See here, click down, second, click down, I'm in first. There. Okay. Now what you can do, what I do when I come to stops, is I will pull in the clutch and click down through the gears, and then pull the front brake and rear brake. Now when you stop, you want to use the front and rear brake in tandem together, because that will allow you to stop the bike appropriately. Because you always want to get in the habit of using both brakes, front and rear, on the street, definitely on the street. Because if you don't, if you get in the habit of only using the front brake, what'll happen is if a car pulls out in front of you and you panic, you're going to pull off front brake, and you're going to possibly be thrown over the bike. Now a lot of new bikes have combined ABS brakes, meaning that when you pull in the front, it will activate part of the rear brake, so you're good. But you may get on a bike that doesn't have that technology, like this bike that has standard braking. So you want to make sure to always use the front and rear brake. Okay, so we're going to let off the clutch, give it some gas. There, we're in first, click up, second. Remember, you're pulling in the clutch as you're shifting up. Now some new bikes have clutchless up and down shifting, but as a new rider, I recommend that you use the clutch, because you may get on a standard bike like this and you need to shift appropriately. Do a little wheelie there. Having a good old time. I love this bike, boy. Yeah. See, it's simple as that. The key to it, see, you're in first gear here. Hear the engine. Shift. It's saying shift. Calm that engine down. You want to calm that engine down. You want to. That's why I tell you, all you need to do is shift by feel and hearing. You know, it sounds nice and calm. That's what you want. You want calm. You don't want to damage your engine. So it's as simple as that. I often do, you know, a lot of people, you know, will tell you that, oh, you need to downshift as you're coming to a stop, like I said, which is not, it's easy to do, but for me personally, what I like to do, like I said, see, I'm in third gear. If I'm coming to a stop, I pull in the clutch, grab the front and rear brake, and then I click down through the gears, because when you get to a stop, you want to be in first gear, ready to go. You don't want to pull in the clutch, not click down through the gears, and you know, stop the bike, because when you get ready to go, if you're in third or fourth gear, it's going to be hard to get the bike going. It's probably going to stall the bike. So you always want to be in first gear, and also it's going to be slower too. You want to be able to be quick off the line in case maybe some cars coming at you or something in the back and you need to hold. But if you're in like fourth gear at the stop and you go to give it gas, it's either going to stall, it's going to go slow starting off. So always keep it in first gear. Now, as far as remembering what gear you're in, knowing what gear you're in all the time, it's very simple. You're in first gear right now. Okay, we're going to let off the clutch, give it gas slowly. There, we're in first. Click up second, click up third. I'm in third. Remember third gear, the last gear that you just did, third. So third stays in your head. Third, okay? See here, I'm stopping here. I'm just pulling in the clutch, but I'm still in third. That's because that's stuck in your head, third. So you want to click down. I'm in second now. Now I'm in first. Okay. So I'm in second gear right now. Keep that in your head, the last gear that you shifted in. So that's all there's to it, guys. First gear, second gear. So I'm in second, third gear. I'm in third gear. And we want to come to a stop up here. Okay, we click down. I'm in second. Okay, first. Okay, there we go. I'm in first at the stop. That's a standard way of shifting, downshifting through the gears. Like I said, when you downshift, you're going to blip the throttle. Just a blip, a quick decel on the throttle as you're shifting down the gears. Because if you don't do the blip and you keep it, I'll show you what happens is when it drops the gear, it's going to throw the RPMs up higher. So you're going to hear that engine. It's going to, you want to keep the engine calm. You don't want it to be high up in the RPMs for extended periods of time because it could cause damage to the engine. Okay, so here we're in first, second gear, third gear. Now if I don't blip down, I'm gonna drop down the gear. I'm not gonna blip, and I'll show you what happens. See the RPMs? I didn't blip. I'm down at first. Hear the RPMs? I didn't blip the gear. So when you drop the gear and you want to just do a quick decel and let a little bit off the throttle. So basically it's called rev matching. Basically you're matching the RPMs with what gear you're in. You don't want to be high up in the RPMs in any gear for extended period of time because it's going to cause damage to the engine. So that's what you don't want to happen. So see how simple that is? Very simple and easy. Nobody taught me how to shift. I jumped on the bike and I learned myself. So it's not a big deal, guys. You don't need to go get a scooter, which is fine. I recommend getting a scooter as a new rider because if you're really scared about shifting and, you know, if you're going to be a pansy about it, then go ahead and get the scooter, ride around. That's fine. I started on the Chinese scooter because I wanted to get acclimated on two wheels while riding with traffic without shifting gears for a while. And then I got a motorcycle, and it's super easy shifting. It's not a big deal. Now, knowing what gear you need to be in by what speed you're doing, around here in this neighborhood doing 25 miles per hour, I mean, you could really just cruise around here in second gear, no problem. You know, when you start hearing that RPM hit up real high, then that means you need to shift. So obviously on the highway, when you're doing speeds of 50 plus, obviously you want to be in fifth or sixth gear. This bike only has 5 gears. Now on some bikes, like smaller bikes, if you're too high up in the gears and you're going slow, the bike will lug, which you don't want to do. You want to stay in a lower gear so that you're ready to pull out of trouble at any time.
But like I said, you don't want to redline it in any gear because it will stress the engine if it's redlined for extended periods of time.
Ah, I love it, baby. Yeah. Ah, I love this bike, man. So when you get on a dirt bike, it'll be really easy, guys. I mean, really, in my opinion, the best bike to start on is a dirt bike. Because you're not on the street, you're out off-road, you can actually have a lot more fun off-road, and that way it'll teach you how to shift. You'll be even a better rider when you get on the street from riding dirt. So and it's more fun. Like I said, you have a lot of fun off-road, but these Supermotos are really fun. I love it, baby. Yeah, having a good old time out here on the streets, baby. Now, I highly recommend as a new rider, don't go in heavy traffic areas as your first time riding. Stick to these back streets, community roads here. And then when you start feeling comfortable, and then go ahead and get out on more of the main street and work your way into heavier traffic. I avoid heavy traffic as it is, guys, because it's, like I said, if you don't want to get bit by a shark, then stay out of areas where there's going to be sharks. Same with cars. If there's going to be a lot of cars, you don't want to get hit by a car, stay away from a lot of cars.
Make sure to watch my How to Ride a Motorcycle video series where I show you everything you need to know to keep you safe out here on the streets. Link is in the description and comment section of this video.
I hope that helps you guys out. But don't forget to subscribe to my All in One Motorcycle channel. And also go check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto. Deuces.
Thumbs up. Check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.